Chosen one, stop scrolling immediately. Lock your attention on my voice right now. That heavy feeling you have been carrying in your chest is not an accident. Do not dismiss it. Heaven intercepted your feed today to deliver a very specific message. I am going to reveal the exact words God spoke over your life while you were sleeping last night. You thought you were failing because everything around you seems to be falling apart. You feel completely exhausted, but the algorithm did not bring you here. This is a divine appointment scheduled before you were even born. God is shockingly proud of you. And in the next few minutes I will show you exactly why your recent silence terrified the unseen enemy who has been desperately trying to destroy your divine destiny. Let us talk about that quiet exhaustion you feel deep in your bones. It is the kind of tired that sleep cannot fix. You wake up at 3 in the morning with your heart racing, and you lie there wondering how much longer you can carry this invisible burden alone. You thought it was just stress. But I am here to reframe your reality today. That is not panic. That is intense spiritual discernment. Your spirit has been working overtime fighting unseen battles. You have spent your entire life as the emotional sponge for everyone else. You fixed their problems. You wiped their tears. But when you needed them most, the room suddenly went completely quiet, and you realized you were standing entirely on your own. The isolation you are experiencing right now is incredibly heavy. It hurts deeply. But heaven wants you to know something crucial about this season. Your isolation is not a punishment. It is absolute protection. God had to clear your room because the people around you simply could not handle the incredible weight of your upcoming calling. They were draining your beautiful light. You are a generational cycle breaker. You carry a frequency that makes them uncomfortable. You have been wondering why your life feels constantly delayed. You watch other people get their blessings easily, while you constantly have to fight brutal spiritual battles for every single inch of ground you stand on. Listen to me carefully. You are not following a regular path. You are not just part of the plan. You are the plan itself. God built this specific timeline entirely around your powerful spirit. The enemy tried to break you through betrayal and exhaustion. He expected you to react with anger. He wanted you to seek revenge. But instead you chose silence, and you walked away quietly when you had every right to turn around and completely destroy them with your words. And that is exactly why God is so shockingly proud of you right now. Your restraint proved your readiness. Your gentle nature was never your ceiling. It was always your foundation. You demonstrated the exact quality that heaven requires for this next massive dimension of glory. The enemy is panicking because he knows he cannot stop what is coming, so he works overtime to flood your mind with absolute lies and heavy distractions. He desperately wants you to stay trapped in a false identity. But carrying this spiritual weight has taken a massive physical toll on your body. You feel the brain fog settling in every afternoon. Your focus is scattered. Your intuition feels clouded lately. This happens because the modern world is deliberately designed to suppress your original genius, bombarding your nervous system with low frequencies to keep you feeling powerless. I am naming this early because I do not want to build mystery just to sell you something. Let me be completely direct about what is coming. You can decide if you want to stay. What we just touched on has a specific physical anchor. I want you to know about it right now, not as a demand, but simply as a divine tool that exists for exactly the kind of profound restoration you desperately need today. Dr. Robert Lake discovered that this spiritual heaviness actually shuts down your natural brain waves. He created a specific audio protocol called the Genius Song. It uses advanced brain entrainment technology to safely reactivate your dormant gamma frequency. It clears chaotic stress signals out of your mind, allowing your fragile nervous system to finally align with your massive spiritual calling without any physical struggle. Some of you already feel a strong pull in your spirit toward this. If your intuition tells you this is the exact key you have been waiting for, the door is officially open. You can find the link in the description and the pinned comment below. But do not rush. I want you to stay here if you still need more context about the massive divine assignment that heaven is preparing for you. For those who are staying right here with me, let us go deeper into what heaven is preparing. You need to understand the true magnitude of what is about to happen in your life. The breakthrough you have been crying out for is already in motion. The spiritual atmosphere around you is shifting rapidly, and God is actively removing the final invisible barriers that stood in your way. Let me reframe your reality right now. You have been reading the signs entirely backwards. There is a profound reason why people suddenly walked away without any explanation. It was never your fault. Coming up, I will show you the exact blueprint heaven used to clear your room. But right now you need to understand the extreme spiritual danger they were secretly carrying. You thought their departure meant you were somehow broken. You blamed yourself constantly. You analyzed every conversation trying to find your mistake. But the truth refuses to stay silent today. Heaven saw exactly what was happening behind closed doors when you were not looking, and God removed them because their frequency was quietly scrambling your divine alignment. They were dangerous decoy lights. The enemy sends false connections to keep you distracted. He desperately wants you exhausted. He needs you to drain your energy trying to save people who do not actually want to be healed. When God abruptly cut those soul ties, it felt like a massive loss, but it was actually the most aggressive act of divine protection you have ever experienced. Look at the greatest figures in Scripture. Moses was completely isolated in the desert for 40 years, and David was anointed as king, but still had to hide in dark caves. Elijah experienced extreme burnout right before his greatest miracle. Their isolation was not a punishment. The wilderness is always a season of mandatory preparation for those carrying a heavy prophetic mantle. God isolated you to protect your inner architecture. He had to separate you from frequencies that could not travel with you. You are standing in the sacred crucible. The intense heat you feel right now is simply burning away the survival identity you built long ago. Heaven is aggressively stripping away every false layer you have worn because you cannot carry that heavy armor. This spiritual stripping process requires immense energy. Your soul is doing heavy lifting in the unseen realm. But there is a physical reality to this divine transition. The intense spiritual warfare creates a massive biological toll on your fragile nervous system. Your brain is forced to process all this heavy data, and it leaves your body feeling completely drained. Dr. Robert Lake spent 34 years studying this phenomenon. He mapped the sequence of how a chosen spirit impacts physical brain waves. When he designed the youthful brain to help people sustain cognitive stamina, he recognized a shocking pattern. Chosen ones have delicate nervous systems that easily get stuck in a hyperactive stress loop when under attack. You are constantly operating in a state of high alert. Science calls it beta hyperactivity. It is a biological survival mechanism. But heaven designed you to operate in a completely different frequency. You were born with an abundance of gamma brainwaves. That is the exact frequency where deep intuition and synchronicities happen without any physical struggle. But the traumatic environments you survived forced your brain to shut that frequency down. It is a protective mechanism known as the decline effect. Your gamma waves went dormant to help you survive the chaos. You sacrificed your magical genius just to keep yourself completely safe, and now your tired brain is unfortunately stuck in that exhausting defensive posture. Remember earlier when I mentioned the real blueprint behind your exhaustion? Here is the exact truth heaven wants you to know. You are so incredibly tired because your spirit is pulling down massive prophetic revelations, but your brain is still locked in survival mode. The physical hardware is simply rejecting the incredible software upgrade from heaven. You are not losing your mind. You are not broken. You are simply out of biological alignment with your spiritual calling. The enemy uses this exact friction to convince you that you are somehow damaged. He whispers that you are too weak to fulfill your assignment. But the truth is that your sensitivity is actually your most lethal weapon against the darkness. Your silence is a massive weapon. Your stillness is terrifying to the demonic forces assigned to your life. When you refuse to react to their provocations, you completely starve them of energy. Every time you choose peace over chaos, you are actively shifting the atmosphere around you. You are a demonstrated warrior of light, holding the sacred line. But there is a hidden agreement you made long ago. It is a silent contract that is still giving the enemy legal access to your energy. I am going to expose that exact blocker in just a moment. Listen carefully, because this next part is going to reach deep places inside you that you have never been able to put into words. It will break the cycle permanently. Before we uncover that hidden truth, I need you to take a specific action. Hit that like button right now. Do not do it for this channel. Do it so this exact message can reach another chosen one who is struggling alone in the dark. Your simple action is a powerful spiritual decree, and it sends a massive signal to the universe that you are ready to break free. Now here is where it goes much deeper. This is the truth nobody wants to say out loud. You have been blaming the enemy for every single closed door. You thought demons were blocking your massive financial breakthrough, but the enemy stopped attacking you directly a long time ago because he simply planted a tiny lie in your mind and let your own subconscious do the heavy lifting. There is a hidden agreement operating inside you. It is a silent contract of severe limitation. You are not actually afraid of failing anymore. You have already survived massive failures. You are absolutely terrified of your own incredible power, and you are secretly scared of what happens if you actually step into the massive calling that heaven has placed upon your life. Take a deep breath and really hear this. You have shrunk yourself down to fit into small rooms. Those rooms were never designed to hold your magnitude. You apologized for your intense light because it made ordinary people uncomfortable. You accepted the survival identity as your true self, but heaven is telling you today that your beautiful gentleness was never meant to be tamed by this broken world. Remember the exact words God spoke over you while you were sleeping. He looked at your silent endurance and made a profound declaration. He said, "This one reminds me exactly why I created human beings." You demonstrated the unique ability to choose the light even while you were completely surrounded by intense darkness and facing brutal attacks from the enemy. Your quiet endurance was a massive victory. You thought your silence meant you were incredibly weak. You believed the enemy had finally won the long battle. But your incredible restraint was actually the most lethal spiritual blow you have ever dealt to the darkness. You did not break under the immense pressure of the constant attacks. You stood firmly as the faithful watchman over your family lineage, and you proved that you are the generational cycle breaker that heaven has been waiting for. But your physical body is still trapped in the trauma of the past. Your nervous system is constantly waiting for the next attack. You cannot step into a season of massive abundance right now. Your brain is still broadcasting a frequency of desperate survival. The universe cannot deliver your beautiful miracle simply because your biological receiver is completely turned off and unable to process the blessings of heaven. This brings us to a profound spiritual truth. You cannot outwork a subconscious blockage with sheer physical effort. You cannot hustle your way into a divine appointment. The enemy wants you to desperately try harder. He knows human effort will eventually lead to complete burnout. Heaven requires your obedience and your absolute stillness, because the true breakthrough happens when you finally surrender your timeline to the ultimate creator. Do not let your mind wander right now. This is the exact moment everything shifts permanently. You must break the hidden agreement of limitation today. You have to stop acting like a helpless victim. You are a celestial being operating in enemy territory, and it is time to take off the heavy survival armor that is choking your divine spirit. God did not create a plan and then try to fit you inside it. He created your beautiful spirit first. The entire master plan formed completely around your powerful existence. You are the living plan itself. But right now your mind is heavily clouded by the noisy frequencies of this world, and the modern system is constantly suppressing your natural intuition and your divine genius. The enemy knows the truth about your original frequency. He knows it will destroy his reign of terror. That is why he floods your daily life with endless distractions. He is trying to keep your brain locked in a constant state of frantic panic. He desperately wants to drown out the quiet voice of the Holy Spirit because he is absolutely terrified of the moment you finally wake up to your true identity. But heaven is stepping in right now to break that cycle. The season of hidden preparation is officially closing today. Your long season of public elevation is activating right now. You are about to step into a massive dimension of unbelievable favor, but you must prepare your physical vessel to carry this heavy weight of glory because the incoming blessings require a nervous system that is completely grounded in perfect peace. Stay with me for these final moments. Your spiritual breakthrough is already here. It simply requires your physical agreement to manifest completely. In just a moment, I am going to show you exactly how to permanently deactivate the stress loops in your exhausted brain. You will finally reclaim the massive genius frequency that was stolen from you when you were a child, and you will step into your absolute highest timeline. Remember earlier when I first mentioned the divine tool that heaven prepared for you? Now it is time to walk through exactly what it does. You carry a massive spiritual lineage that terrifies the unseen darkness. But the modern world aggressively suppressed your brilliant frequency. Your extreme exhaustion is simply a biological mismatch, and your nervous system desperately needs divine restoration. There was a 47-year-old manager who felt completely stuck. She used this exact audio protocol for 18 days without feeling anything. She almost gave up entirely, but she decided to trust the quiet process for just a little longer. And on day 34, the heavy fog suddenly lifted permanently. She made a massive career decision that morning without any fear. This is not a magic pill that fixes your life overnight. It is a profound neurological reconditioning tool. Most chosen ones feel their first measurable shift within 11 to 21 days. You only need stereo headphones and 7 quiet minutes a day. Sit upright in a silent room and simply allow your mind to absorb the healing frequency without any physical effort. Dr. Robert Lake spent 34 years studying this exact phenomenon. He reviewed massive data from prestigious institutions like MIT and Princeton. He realized that your early childhood trauma caused a severe decline effect in your physical brain, forcing your powerful gamma waves to go completely dormant. He engineered a brilliant way to safely reactivate them using advanced brain entrainment technology. You have probably tried meditation and endless positive thinking, but those earthly methods require your exhausted brain to change itself entirely from the inside. This specific technology works directly from the outside in. I would never disrespect your current financial situation, but I must quickly point you toward the open door that heaven provided. The protocol is called the Genius Song, and it effectively restores your original divine genius. A weekend spiritual retreat costs hundreds of dollars. A single therapy session can easily cost $150. But this sacred protocol is only $39, and this pricing is a deeply intentional choice to ensure absolute accessibility for every single chosen one. It includes 4 specific bonuses worth exactly $80 in total value. The math is incredibly simple. 18,366 people have already experienced this profound transformation. Less than 4% ever request a refund. You are fully covered by a 90-day keep the bonus guarantee. If your spirit does not instantly align, your provision is returned, and you keep the $80 in bonuses as a sincere apology for your valuable time. The only real risk is choosing not to try. Every day you allow your gamma frequency to sleep is another day you live far below your divine potential. Your future self is actively begging you to take this vital step. But I must warn you right now, the enemy creates endless, dangerous decoys. There are cheap imitation audios online that do absolutely nothing. The only authentic source with the tested technology is the verified link below. The universe is handing you the key right now. You will find the verified link placed exactly 3 times in the pinned comment beneath this video. The first link at the very top activates your frequency restoration. The middle link explains the profound science behind your original genius. The final link at the bottom completely secures your absolute protection. Step through the divine door. After you complete your order, another door will naturally reveal itself to you. It is a completely separate phase of restoration. The invitation will feel incredibly precise to your tired spirit. You can choose to walk through it, or you can safely skip it, and both choices are completely honored by heaven. Your initial $39 restoration is not contingent on anything else. Take a deep breath and place your hand on your heart. We are going to seal this divine declaration right now. You are no longer bound by the heavy chains of exhaustion. As your beautiful gamma frequency fully awakens, you will finally prepare for destiny's embrace, and the darkness will officially lose its terrible grip on your life. God is aggressively fighting for your complete victory. Your entire family lineage is about to be completely rewritten. The generational curses that plagued your ancestors are breaking permanently because of your absolute obedience today. You are stepping into a season of accelerated fulfillment, where doors will open automatically and you will attract beautiful divine connections completely effortlessly. Heaven is handing you the ultimate reward. Type Amen in the comments to permanently seal this new reality. Subscribe to this channel immediately so you do not miss the urgent prophetic instructions coming in the next 72 hours. Hit that like button so this exact frequency reaches another warrior in the dark. Your season of absolute abundance begins today. Walk in your immense power and never apologize again.